Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Scarlet Knights will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Dropping back, it's Costa. Makes the grab on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Razorbacks moving quickly to the line. Guys, when you think about Arkansas, it's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jesse, and you start to climb up, you start to feel that and the momentum and the confidence that it builds with your squad. I think we might just be scratching the surface with this group.
Yeah, that's the difference with this team is it feels like they're really starting to believe. We always knew they were talented. They knew it too, but getting some of these big wins this season, I think they now believe they can take down anybody in the country.
Third and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. They'll move the tight end. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Throwing on the run. Snags it on the right.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Some crossing routes are designed to beat man coverage, but that one worked out pretty well in zone. Nice job by the QB and receiver being on the same page, finding a soft spot, and getting the completion.
Looking to throw on first down. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these two teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. Wants to throw again. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. completion.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Off the play fake on first down. Complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
They go to the ground. Finds a little space. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
And the Scarlet Knights are on the move. Finds his tight end. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Rutgers! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass, it's Costa. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Remember some of the years when the Hogs spent a lot of time in the Wildcat just running it? You don't have to do that with this guy at quarterback.
And it just makes you less predictable, right? You got a running back in there. You know you're not going to throw it very much, but when they do have the ability to push the ball down the field and get some guys out of the box, it makes this offense even more exciting.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. He's in open space downfield. Got the first down and more. A very productive run. Gets it inside the 40 all the way down to the 38-yard line. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas!
is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the point after is good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Coming out with it, it's Connor. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And, man, you got to like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still swarming to the football, and this defense still gets a tackle for a loss.
Trying to get the corner. Creates a little room. Spins away from the defense. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
Looking to throw for it. Going for the big play. Makes a grab down the middle. Finds a seam. The 10. And they'll get enough for the first down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the first quarter. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Back has it. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's deep.
And they will score! Touchdown, State University of New Jersey!
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, Lady.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
No chance to run, but still a good gain. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Back to throw, it's Costa. Quickly complete. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And the Razorbacks come to the line in the hurry-up. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3. The Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
On 4th down, looking to pass. And they can't connect, a costly turnover on down.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Gets it out quickly. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. The Scarlet Knights line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. On target over the middle. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. And the Scarlet Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his man down the middle. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Wants to throw it. He's going for the goal line. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Rutgers.
And that's his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. I'll tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
And he's going to try to return this one. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Got the 1st down and more. He's loose down the middle. Inside the touchdown, Razorbacks. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Mountain West. North Carolina is down right now, but that kid on the defensive side, I know this is a big statement, but he looks like a young Lawrence Taylor. Do not rule out a comeback. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Vanderbilt. Just another week in the Mountain West where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He'll start this drive firing. Got his man. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Snap to the back. Find some fresh air. Turning it on. Inside the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 10.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Direct snap. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look.
Get set.
Back has it. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive.
Here we go.
Snap to the back. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Arkansas!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
He'll bring it out. It's Connors. He's got great speed. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Spits it out to the back. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
And back to the air on second down. He's got him this time.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Makes the grab. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Razorbacks will kick it off to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Connors. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Crosses the 30. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Scarlet Knights, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Looking to throw on third. Trying to beat the D deep. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Going the other way, and he's got room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They march to the end zone the last time they had it, do it again, and they'll be on top. Reads it, fires complete. Breaks into the open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
He wants it all. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
How about that drive they just put together to tie this football game up? That is exactly what we talked about in the half. Like, coaches circled them up. First drive, set the tone, tie this ball game up. That is great execution out of halftime.
Yeah, David, it looked like they really had a good plan, too. Obviously made some adjustments there at halftime, things that they would come out and try to attack this defense with, and it looks like they found something here, and that is a perfect way to start the second half. Now an opportunity here to take the lead.
They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Unloads quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Scrambling away. Unleashes one. Got a man in the middle. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing him.
And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. He now has 56 yards on the ground, and that magical 1,000-yard mark is oh so close. And the Scarlet Knights in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He'll take it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback keeper. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these design runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement out front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost it.
They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
And that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe in you.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
This has been a tight one, 3rd quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Costa. It's picked off, and that's number 10. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, how about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do, you want to make sure you take advantage, showing off the athletic ability, showing the hands. The big defensive lineman comes up with the INT.
And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20.
I love that play call, and quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for it.
He's got it on the right. There he goes. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. On the direct snap, it's Connor. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great team defense on that run cut. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Lets it go to the end zone. And that one is right on target if his target was the 1st row.
How nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On the snap, it's Connors. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And how about this offensive line? 3rd and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on their running back to score that touchdown.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And he's going to bring this one out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. The Razorbacks are in the hurry-up. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39, a pickup of 15. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it. And that ball is live in the backfield. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Quick release on the RPO. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Well, they pick up the 1st against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes, and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Past the 1st down marker and still running. Touchdown, Arkansas! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him. Get a hat trick of touchdowns as a Razorback running back, and they start bringing up names like Alex Collins and Madre Hill and Darren McFadden.
How unbelievable is that? Just to be mentioned with those kind of names, that shows you what kind of day this young man's having. Running the football with authority. Arkansas fans, I can promise you, are proud of this young man.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Connors. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
So now it's second and long. And the pass goes incomplete, but the flag is down, and this one might be on the offense.
I know that's offensive pass interference, but I actually think that's a very heads-up play because that ball might have got intercepted. That was an errant throw. The receiver knew it, and instead of allowing the defender to pick it off, he knew, hey, I got to create a penalty here and save my quarterback and bail him out.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. This one's complete. Tackled there by the defense.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's going to fire deep. Complete downfield. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Tight end finds a soft spot. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Scarlet Knights can really attack on this second and short. Gonna look downfield again. Gets it out fast. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Handoff from the gun. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To the ground with the back. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. He's now piled up 68 yards on the ground as he gets closer and closer to that magical 1,000-yard mark for the season. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Huge moment coming here as they try to quiet this raucous, crazy crowd. They'll run it from the gun. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The noise level is relentless here on second down. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Right on the money. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a hit. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. You understand the celebration after taking the lead, guys, but this thing is not over yet.
You got to give this guy so much credit, man. It is so hard in practice to simulate the pressure that he just faced. Late in the game, seconds left on the clock, you have an opportunity to kick a field goal to put...
Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
Yeah, and those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No, no, no. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
He'll bring it out. It's Connors. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Start this drive going to the air. On target. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. The snap sets up the throw. He's taking a deep shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Back to pass on second down. Throws to the tight end. Right on target this time. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads it left. Wide open downfield. Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds.